Hey beautiful, welcome to Blending Creative. Today I'll be teaching you how to make this lovely top. Please subscribe to my channel, help my channel reach 1000 subscribers by next month by clicking on the subscribe button if you are new to my channel or you have not subscribed. So we'll go straight to the cutting table, and you can use whatever pattern paper that you want to use. Before that, please subscribe. Drop your comment in the comment section, give my video a thumbs up, and ensure you share this link. So I've marked out the three lines. The first line is the shoulder line, the mid line is the chest line, and the last line is the waistline. The length of my top is 21 inches. So 21 inches. So it's a very short top. You can make your own lesser than that. So it depends on you. So first we're going to mark at the shoulder line. The shoulder line, mark out your shoulder line. I mark out your shoulder line, which is 7. Mine is 7. So I'll just mark the shoulder line at the up and also at the chest line. I'll mark the shoulder. I'll mark 7 inches there also. So we are going to go down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. You know, the shoulder is not straight. So you can check my other videos I made how to make a draft a basic pattern, so you can learn more on that. So we are just going to slant our shoulder. First of all, we're going to connect the line from the chest line down to the shoulder line. Then we'll go ahead and slant draw a shoulder slant. So the next thing we are going to do is to mark out our neckline. I know this is not really necessary, but we'll just mark it anyway. But the neck, we're going to go straight to the bust chest line. So the chest line, I just take a normal measurement, then also add 1 inch for ease. I don't say that's a sewing allowance. It's for ease. It's a free top, so for easy wearing. So at the waistline, we are not going to measure the waistline. We are going to use the original bust line for it. So if your bust line divided by 4 is 8, so we are just going to drop that and mark that 8 at the waistline, and without adding ease, because we are going to put elastic at the waistline. So you go ahead and connect the waist line to the chest line. So I finished connecting it. So as usual, we are going to measure the armhole, and we're going to the armhole line. We're going to divide it by 2. So at that point, we are going to measure 1 inch inward. 1 inch inward. Then we just connect it and draw and shape our armhole. So you can use your French curve to shape your armhole, but I'm using a free hand. So that's basically all about this top. So like I told you, you can go to the other videos and you will see how to draft a basic body pattern. So you start from the up, not the slope. You start from the original shoulder line. So you mark 4 inches. You can mark 5 inches because I do not want my cleavage to show, so I'm marking 4. So you can make your own 5. 5 is okay. So I'm just going to go 2 inch up on my chest line. 2 inch up. So you can make your own 1 inch up. So I'm just going to connect the 4 inch to meet the 2 inch from the bust chest line and connect it. You can make it a sweetheart shape. You can make it just slant the way I did mine. So That's basically all about the drafting of this top. So for the back, the difference is that just the back, I want the back to be straight, so you just draw a straight line, back straight line down to the middle of your pattern. So that's for the back. So the other part that I'm stroking out, we are not going to make use of it. Those parts just add as a guideline for us to draft our top. So I'll go ahead and cut out the shape of our top. So I'm through drafting it and I've cut it. So we're going to use this piece, like I told you, the slant is for the front, while the straight is for the back. And I also told you it depends on what you want. You can make yours as deep as 6. You can make yours whatever shape that you want, just explore it. Okay, so do not limit yourself. So I've used that to cut out the back. That's the back piece already. So I've used it to cut the back piece. So this is the front piece. And while cutting my fabric, I have to add my sewing allowance also. I added my sewing allowance, which is 1.5 inch. So since we are through cutting the back part of the dress, we just have to cut out that straight line and make the slants obvious. So we'll go ahead and shaping our front pattern to suit the pattern that we drafted already. So that's basically all about the cutting of the front and the back piece of this dress. So we'll go ahead and use bias to turn the armhole, turn the armhole separately. Do not turn them together, turn them separately. Or you can use your serger to weave the edge and just fold once inward. So I'll just go ahead and use my serger to weave the edge and fold once. So then I'll join the two sides using my seam allowance, the 1.5 inch I added to my fabric the other time. So I'll just go ahead and sew it down. So I'm through joining it. So we just have to measure our off shoulder circumference. So you for the sleeve, you're going to add 4 inch if the person is fat, but for me it's 3.5. So you're going to add 3. Either you measure your client's boss off shoulder circumference, or you do it the way I just demonstrated. You measure 3 inch, then 3.5 inch or 4 inch, then you measure your fabric, the shoulder round down to the back, then add 7 inch. It has 7 inch, that's 14 inch plus your shoulder, your off shoulder. So if you don't want to use that method, you can measure the off shoulder circumference of your client. So you just cut out a rectangular pieces of about 10 inches that will be up to your bust, under bust, that will cover your under bust. So you fold it into, you make sure that the fabric is about 4 times your off shoulder circumference. So you go ahead and gather the fabric at the top like I did here. So I gathered the fabric. So I'll go ahead and sew it to the upper part of our bodies. I hope you understand. If you do not understand, please go over the video again and then follow me. So we'll go to the back part of it. We want to start at the back part of it. So you're going to sew it round. So when you get close to that armhole, I told you should add 7 inches. So you are going to fold that 7 inches, or if your client's own is 8 inches or whatever. So, but for a fat person, it's 8 inches, but for a slim person, 7 inches. So we just go ahead and remove that 7-inch, then you turn over and sew at the other side of the armhole. Then when you get to the other armhole again, minus the 7 inches. You can see the 7-inch folded into two, that's 3.5 inch. So that will act as your shoulder. This so we'll go ahead and fold the bottom of our blouse. Go ahead and fold the bottom of our blouse also. So we are going to fix elastic at the bottom. Mine, I'm going to fix it inside. So if you know you are going to fix your own outside, and you can as well make your top shorter so that the elastic can act as an extension to the length of your top. So we just going to cut at strips. We are going to cut out strips. I cut out a very straight strips, and I sewed it at the edge of my top, and I will just use it to tape the rough edges. So I will flip it over. It's just like biasing your the way you did to the armhole. So that's what you are going to do to it. But this time around, we are not using ready-made bias, so we are using the one you produce yourself with the fabric. So you just sew it and turn it over and use it to cover the rough edge. So I have folded the bottom of my top. I folded it. You can see that I've taped the neck, and our top is really coming out beautifully. So we'll just go ahead and fix the rubber at the bottom. So if you don't want to fix your own, insert yours inside, and you can go ahead and sew in use serger to trim out the rough edges with the rough edges and sew directly on your elastic. So but mine, I'm going to fix it inside. Okay, so I left an opening there. For our elastic, you are going to use the original waist measurement. You are going to use the original waist measurement. It's 26. You cut your elastic 26. So we are going to use the original waist measurement. So you can see the reason why we use the bust measurement for the waist measurement, so that it will be able to rumple drape some of the fabric together to make your cloth look beautiful. So I have started inserting my elastic inside. So I will insert the elastic inside, and that will be all for our top. So you can go ahead and make that's the ruffles at the top. You can make it 2-step. It depends on the fabric yardage of the fabric that you have enough fabric, you can do that. So I would love to see your work. Please, I would love to see your work. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. Help my channel grow. My channel reach 1,000 subscribers by next month. And please stay tuned to my channel. I post tutorial almost 3 times a week, so please stay almost 3 times a week and every week. Please subscribe to my channel and drop your comment in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have about this video. And also, please give this video a thumbs up. I will really appreciate it if you give this video a